Hey guys, how you doing? jpsarrireviews here, and today I want to share with you the newest pre-order from Prime1 Studio. This is for the Resident Evil 2 diorama that was presented at the showcase as well, and it was really a highlight for me. I think this is something that fans of this franchise will love, so we're going to talk about it today. I think it's a very special item, and I know there's a lot of Resident Evil fans out there, and this diorama is divided into two pieces. These are 1/4 scale pieces, statues, and we're gonna look at each one of them, but we're gonna start with Clara Redfield. Now, if you buy the whole set, if you pre-order the whole set, then there's a $75 discount. You only have to enter, as you can see right here, a discount code when you are ready to pay, so that's a good thing. Now, the price is steep. It's $13.49. We're looking at Claire right now. You can choose a payment plan up to 14 payments. According to this, the estimated arrival for this, it's between January of 2022 and April of the same year. And before we get into the pictures, we're going to read parts of the description. It says, now you can experience this amazing survival horror video game in 3D. The development team has been completely supervised by the Capcom development team for the stunning piece, making the statue highly detailed and accurate, including the gun standing position and the zombie movements. We have aimed for a quality higher than ever before, not to mention the modeling, the facial expression, and equipment, which have been very carefully crafted. We surely don't leave out a single detail in this statue. Furthermore, the base is inspired by the police station game stage, and it is loaded with items familiar to the game. Countless hands of zombies come out from the bottom of the stairs trying to catch their prey. The video game's worldview is adequately expressed by the base, and of course more information there. Now we know here this is the format is Ultimate Premium's Masterline, so it's a 1/4 scale piece. There is product size approximately 55 centimeters in height, 60.1 centimeters in width, and pretty much the depth is 60.1 centimeters. So this is really wide. Of course, you have to consider the entirety of the base, and the product weight is 18.4 kilograms. It's made out of polystone and other materials. All right, and now we're looking at the pictures, and there are plenty of pictures as usual. And again, I will have the link in the description for those who are interested in these pieces. This is a great depiction of these characters, in my opinion. I really love the way that Prime1 has really brought all of this together. It has a lot of detail. They're not exclusive on this. Pretty much the whole thing is an exclusive. If you have to buy the whole set, then definitely it's gonna come out really expensive. So they didn't add anything extra, which in my opinion, it's fine. I think it's just perfect the way it is. It doesn't need any switch outs because it has a lot of detail. And here we can see the dimensions really wide, really big. I was thinking that this would be more like a 1/6 scale piece, but definitely they're going all out with a 1/4. I think if you go 1/3, that's too much. I think it's perfect the way it is. But I love everything they did with this one. It really tells a story. You see the hands coming out. It's pretty cool. I love the colors that they use, and of course the zombies exploding. That's just very gruesome. But if you're really into Resident Evil, then this is going to be very appealing to you for sure. And I love the detail, all the wood falling apart. It's pretty cool. They did pretty good with this one. Love the detail in her outfit. Now, the only thing that I might be a bit complaining about it would be probably the face, the facial expression. In her case, she looks very like mild, like you're shooting somebody, you're killing somebody right there, and she just looks like modeling for a photo shoot or something like that. But of course, if you know the game, you know that the models look kind of like that. But it's fine, I think if you're really a fan, it's not going to bother you. She's just so cool, standing right there, just shooting at this poor being, even though it's a zombie. But of course, she's pretty much fighting for her life, that's for sure. And here she is with Leon, the other part of the diorama, and I think this is the best part of it. I think that they're gonna look so good together, and they're meant to be together. So if you're gonna go for this collection, definitely you have to go for both. But looking at that, I love her shotgun. Actually, that's a pretty wide barrel. That looks even bigger than a 12 gauge. It's more like a 10 gauge or something. But pretty cool. Like the whole diorama, the whole set, super cool. Look at that. Well, yeah, This is super, super cool. This is one that probably, if my wife sees this, she'd be so freaked out about it. She doesn't like this type of dioramas or statues, gruesome representation of characters. But I think it's cool. I think there's always a space for all of that. But definitely, I'm very, very surprised about this base. I think they did terrific. Sometimes some big bases can be a bit tacky, you know, they look so out of place. But I would say that Prime1 Studio does fantastic with those bases. They're huge bases, but they have a lot of detail there. Pretty cool. And you can see the plasma, all the blood coming through. That's a nice nice way to present it. Looks super cool. And you can see right here this revolver taken apart. Love the detail here with all the bullets and also all the shotgun shells. There's blood splatter all over the place. Gunpowder. So I love all that. I love the detail that they have. The radio, you know, her clothing. You know, it's not super clean. Of course, she's been through battle, so there's a lot of stains and dirt and probably some water stains and all that stuff. It looks great. And I would say that one thing that I love about this, and they work together with, you know, Capcom to really bring this together, is that I see on the skin, it's kind of like very pale, but it represents definitely the colors represent the video game. If you have played the video game, you have seen some footage of the video game, you realize that the characters have this pale color. It's pretty much the way, the filter of the whole video game, and I think they represented it well with the paint job here. But man, there's a lot of pictures here, and I love the detail. Definitely is good. Again, I would say the only, maybe her face expression might be the only thing that I'm not super keen about, particularly hers. But it's fine. I think it plays with the video game. She's tough for sure. All the detail in her jacket. You can see the texture there. It looks like leather. But man, it looks great. For every angle, as you can see, now with the diorama, with you know, Leon, that's pretty good. Wow, I love that. Man, there's a lot of photos here, a lot of different angles. Even from the back looks great. This is gonna be definitely a centerpiece if you're really into horror stuff, if you love Resident Evil, you love video games. Definitely, I think this is something that speaks to you loudly, and it's good. I like that. So you can see all that detail from every angle. This is a very pleasant to look at. Even in the gruesomeness of it, I think it is very pleasing. They did a terrific job in really portraying the whole thing. And now I'm looking at Leon, and as Claire, he doesn't have an edition size yet. The price is the same. It doesn't have an exclusive as well, and you can also choose the payment plan. It will release at the same time. When I think about Resident Evil 2, I always think about Leon for some reason more than Claire. But I think it's because we have seen him more in most of the cover art. I think he's always at the forefront. But I would say that I like the pose that they chose. I think it seems very iconic in my opinion. They're both great. And this one also has a lot of detail, just as Claire, which is nice. We have the dimensions here. I love this zombie. The bullet is going through the face. That's very gruesome right there. Here in the back, you can see the shotgun he's carrying. You can see all the detail. That's pretty good. They did a fantastic job with this one as well. Love pretty much the stairs, and also love the wood. All of that. It's pretty good. The detail is there. I love the way this zombie is walking. Looks very natural. The expression, he's about to cry or something. That's something that I always notice with these characters for some reason. Very young faces, but like the detail in the hair. You can see the strands of hair. It's a fully sculpted piece, but it have done a really good job in bringing that detail out. The explosion right there in the face. I love this one. I love this zombie more than I love the other one, but of course we can see more of an expression. He's really close to you know, Leon for sure. From this angle, right next to Claire, they both look great. Man, this is pretty good. I love it. I really love this, even in all the gruesomeness of it. Really love the detail. And when I look at that blood, the splatter of blood and all that, I'm reminded of the, what was that? The Rick Grimes resin statue by McFarlane Toys for The Walking Dead. That to me, that was a very surprising piece. I think that was the Statue Forum Awards the first year. It was the winner on the 1/6 scale, if I'm not mistaken, category, and the medium scale category. Because one of that, it was the expression, the way they represented the, you know, pretty much the blood and all that, and the gruesomeness of this scene. And I feel that this one kind of catches the same idea. The hands coming out pretty good. Oh yeah, that's a scary piece for sure. But man, I think the detail is there all over. You can see that. Great detail in the clothing. I think it's a terrific job. Again, the same kind of like pale colors and stuff, but very good. But I love that you have a lot of texture. You know, you have the wood texture, you have the clothing texture. So all over. And look at this face. Again, the eyeball is exploding right there. Wow, that's gruesome. Wow. But man, look at that. They did a terrific job with it for sure. Now more bullets here. Shells. Wow. Grenades. The radio. This zombie cop. The little gun. I think that's what, a 380. Wow. Pretty cool, man. They did it. It's really terrific. You know, I'm honestly telling you how I feel about it. I don't know. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. You know, I don't care much about you know, this video game. I don't care much about you know, horror stuff or video games or even movies. You know, I've never really been much into it. I read, you know, in this case, horror comics and stuff like that. But it's not something that is on my top 10 list or something that I choose to do every day. But I'm telling you, this is a very impressive diorama. The whole concept is impressive. And, you know, I'm always impressed with Prime1 Studio. I've always mentioned in this channel, I always talk about the stuff they produce. Love everything they do. Some things more than others. But in my opinion, this is a very impressive piece. And I feel that right now, Prime1 Studio, it's coming ahead. It's really taking that the first spot in the collectibles world. I always care a lot about Sideshow. I still do. I always expect great things from Sideshow, from other companies. But there's something about Prime1 Studio that is really breaking molds, breaking boundaries. Many companies are doing in different areas, but Prime1 Studio covers a lot of different ground. Not only for superhero stuff, not only for DC, but also for manga, anime, and also video games. And I feel that what they do, it's the best you can find. I don't think you will find a better diorama than this to represent these characters. Not yet. And I'm glad that Prime1 Studio is the one doing it. I think they have the drive to do it. They want to do it. And this is a very impressive piece. Even with the price tag, you know, they're bold. They're not afraid to go through the 1/4 scale route or the 1/3 route. And I feel that that's what companies need. You know, companies need to be bold, particularly in this economy, particularly in this industry where there's a lot of competition. You have to stand out. And I feel that Prime1, it's the one standing out in comparison to everyone else. So look at that from every angle. We have seen some of these pictures when we saw Claire, but I love all the detail. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. So I'm telling you this, I'm impressed. I am definitely impressed with what Prime1 is doing with this collection. It's not for everyone. If you're really a die-hard fan of Resident Evil, then this is going to be a perfect piece for your collection if you're a collector of this type of statues. It is pricey, but you have plenty of time to pre-order from now. If you really love this and you want to get this, you're definitely going to have to spend good money with both. You can not only choose to pretty much pay through the payment plan, or you can choose to buy directly from the source, which is Prime1. You can go through other retailers. You can go through Spec Fiction. You can really have some options out there, but definitely these are fantastic pieces. I like them. I'm impressed. I don't know about you, but let me know in the comments below. So once again, my friends, thanks for watching. God bless. Take care. And I'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.